Hello, I'm trying to go live here. Hello and good evening. I'm just trying to. Technology is not fair with me now. I'm sure some of you are already connected. For those of you who's not connected yet, I'm just trying to figure out what is right and what is wrong. I can see that probably 11 of you are connected. Just let me just see. Um, as and I guess I'm live now. I can see that 11 are already connected on on all my other devices and also on TikTok. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing myself on the main screen, but I can see 12 already connected, and we've been live for about 2 minutes 22 seconds. I will just continue broadcasting and permit me if you are not hearing me or you're not seeing me. I probably need somebody to assist here. But anyway, I'll just move on. I guess the everything is okay. Yes, yes, I am. I am now. I've got it right. I've got it right now. So welcome to my the TAF Leadership Academy, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, I am the president of the TAF Africa Foundation. And But also I am the MD CEO of TAF Africa Global, which is a real estate development company which started in the Gambia some 34 years ago. But now we've expanded to Nigeria, to Sierra Leone, and obviously we're in the Gambia. And we are trying to build about 1 million homes in Africa. And so far, yes, we've signed into these 3 countries. Now, the reason why I'm doing this leadership academy is that some time ago, about 3 years ago, um, Wode Maya, Africa's biggest YouTuber, or one of the biggest YouTubers in Africa, asked a question and said, "Well, what is one thing that you would change in Africa? Just tell us one thing that you think that you would change if you had that authority, just to change one thing." And I said that it's leadership. It is my belief that if we improve on leadership throughout everything that we do, in our lives, then we will live a better world. These days, not only in Africa, but in the whole world, because we have seen quite a lot of things that are happening in the world. So I thought that rather than just talking about it, that we should walk the talk, and that is what made me set up the TAF Leadership Academy. The first thing I did was to set up a foundation, which is the TAF Africa Foundation. So we commit 1% of our revenue in funding the foundation. So we're not looking for somebody else to funding for us, but more to fund it ourselves. So from the revenue that comes to us, I spend 1% of it, not our profit, but 1% of it to fund the foundation. And in the foundation, we have 7 different initiatives. Now, I don't want to go through all the initiatives, but today we're focusing on the leadership. So I started the TAF Leadership Academy. And in the TAF Leadership Academy, I look at those, the youth mainly, between the ages of 18 and 35, and identify 12 core values of leadership. That look, here we are now. there are 12 core values that if these upcoming young people of the world, or more in Africa, if they just concentrate on these core values, say even if they have not all the 12, but some of these values, then we will produce better leaders in all walks of life. I'm not only talking about political leadership, but leadership in where you work, leadership in the school, leadership in the place of worship, whether it be in the church or in the mosque or out in the street. We need to develop good leaders. So these 12 core values, I chose carefully these 12, and then I had it all coded. I mean, the code for it is it's called ice fade chip. Ice fade chip meaning ICEFADE and then CCHIP. What that stands for is that I is for integrity, that I think that a leader should have integrity. Then um, C is for commitment. So that you will be a leader must have commitment values. And then E is empowerment. Then that's ICE. Then FADE, FADE. F is for futuristic vision. So a leader must have futuristic vision. And then A is accountability. D is decision making. Another E is empathy. C is commitment, is good communication. And then another C is confidence. H is for honesty. And then I for innovation, and P for passion. So these are for me 12 core values that if you have them as a leader, I mean, you will do well. Even if you don't have all the 12, I think if you have a high percentage of it, then you have done well. So today in our program, I would like to address some of these just briefly, all of them briefly. If time doesn't permit, maybe I'll cut it half and then next week we'll do it. So it's every week on a Sunday at 8:30 GMT, 2000 hours and 30 minutes GMT. So wherever you are in the world, wherever you are, you can get connected, but it's 8:30 p.m. GMT. Now, the reason why I'm doing it virtual now, because I started in the Gambia, and in the Gambia, I started first with 50 young people. This was about 5 years ago. So I started with 50 only. And then the next year, I had about 100 and something of them. And then the third year, we had 200 and something. And last year, we had almost 500. So, but I have been having, because I am virtual, because I am online, those of you who follow me online will notice that I have quite a number of followers from all over the world. And they've been asking, but how can we benefit from these lectures that you deliver? So, because we're living now in this world of technology, I just thought that, look, why can't I have it virtual? So, anywhere you are, if you are in the Caribbean, somebody saying you want to be part of it. No, you are part of it. Once you're connected, you are part of it. Let me make that very clear. You don't have to be here in the Gambia physically. All you have to do is that you must just key into any of my social media handles, and then sit there at the comfort of your home and just listen. Sometimes I'll bring some guests in. Others, I will do it alone. Like for now, I am doing it alone. Now, I will just break and just probably read some of the comments. Somebody said, "Sir, do you have plans to extend your great ideas to the Caribbean and Barbados?" Actually, I have a trip I'm planning to Barbados with Wadimaya. I think sometime in August. And yes, we will definitely do something in the Caribbean. But for now, all you have to do is sit in the comfort of your home and just listen and be inspired by these values. So I will very quickly go through these values, which I call ICE, their code name, ICE Fed Chip. ICE Fed Chip meaning the ICE and then FADDE, and then you have sorry, then you have then you have ICE and then CCHIP. I'm very sorry, something just went wrong with my camera. I'm just trying to to um uh, to click it on. Hold on. Okay, no, something just went wrong. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Something just went wrong. So I thought, I mean, now here we are. So the first thing that I would like to do is to talk about integrity, because as a leader, you must have integrity. It's number one. You need to uphold very strong ethical principles. It's important. When integrity is about having principles, I mean, you have to be honest as a leader. So that's all part of integrity. And then and also you have to be transparent, even when you are faced with difficulties. Because at times you face through very difficult adversities. But even with this, a man of integrity as a leader, will build trust, credibility through their consistent and ethical conduct. That is key. So you don't compromise on your integrity as a leader. So the first thing is to make sure that you are a man of integrity. That even where nobody is watching, you are there. You are doing the right thing. So this is what is most important when you are a leader. Then number two is commitment. Commitment. You must be demonstrating unwavering dedication and perseverance in pursuing your goals. Honoring promises. So when you promise something, because you are committed to it, you must honor it. You don't start, meandering, doing this and then doing the other thing, but you must make sure that you honor your promises. And also supporting the growth and success of the team or the organization that you head, if you are a leader. You must be there making sure that all the goals are supported. So this is one of the things that you need to do as, or one of the key values as a leader, which is commitment. And also committed leaders, inspire others, through their relentless drive and follow through. So it's not only about yourself. It's not only about you who are there all the time and nobody else. A leader doesn't do that. And remember, you are a team leader. So as a team leader, you should demonstrate all these values. So the other one is empathy. A third is empathy. A leader must be empathetic. Remember that you have a team that you are guiding. So you must be showing um, genuine understanding and compassion towards others. Their experiences, their emotions, and their own perspectives. So this is very important, because that's what a leader does. It's not all about you all the time, and the worst of leaders are those that are not empathetic. So again, I mean, an empathetic leader fosters a supportive environment, and nurtures effective teamwork, and then prioritizes the well-being of their team members. So don't only think about yourself. You are a team leader, so give them the priority. Remember, there are certain things that they will do that you cannot do, because you cannot be everywhere. I mean, you are just the leader, you are at the top, you think about things, but there are others who will implement all this. So within a team, everybody has a role to play. So you must be empathetic to them. I mean, I gave examples that, look, if, for example, you are leading a team and you're very comfortable where you live in. I mean, we live in Africa, and some people live in some places which are very uncomfortable. And for example, during the rainy season, there are some that getting out of their houses, or even the night before, they didn't sleep at all because it was raining. There were leakage on their roof. Maybe a family member had a problem. So at times you need to understand your team, the members of your team, what they're going through. So you must be empathetic. That look, okay, something must have gone wrong. That is why he or she is not performing. You might be lucky. You are very comfortable where you live in. You have a decent house. You get transported by your private vehicle to get to work. But others have to go and take public transport, and you don't know what they go through. So you try to understand the members of your team, what they're going through, your followers. And once you understand them, maybe you can help them to mitigate whatever they're going through. So a leader must always be empathetic. The fourth one is having a vision. A leader without a vision is not a leader. Because, to be sustainable, which is a word that is commonly used today in the world, is one, think about where you are today, our generation, whatever environment we're living in, and making sure that the future also they will enjoy the same or even better. So that the life that we live, it's sustainable. Giving a very good example, you don't just go and clear the forest, so true empathy is very important. Somebody said so in humanity. Thank you very much for the comments. That's the comments I'm getting from TikTok. But again, I've gone through empathy, but I'm looking at figurative vision now. So figurative vision, is a processing, a forward thinking mindset, and the ability to formulate a clear, compelling vision for the future of the organization. So as a leader, as somebody who's sitting there, you are the one who will be thinking, miles ahead. Remember the team that you are leading, just probably thinking of here or just one step or two steps in front, but you are the one who's supposed to think about the vision. Where is it that you want to lead your organization? So those are some things you need to do. You have to be a visionary. Because a team leader must be a visionary, somebody who's at the head. You must always think about something that the team is not thinking about. For example, I'm a developer. I mean, you do know, those of you who follow me, that I'm trying to develop, 1 million homes over the next 20 years. So think about it, guys. 20 years, today I am 67. So at age 87, imagine I cannot be active at that time, but I am trying to develop a team that in the next 20 years, that's where you should be. That this is where TAF Africa should be. You should develop 1 million homes in Africa. You should go into this country. That's the time to go in there. This is what you need to do. So you are the captain of the army. You are the head of the army or the chief of staff. So you must think ahead rather than just allowing your followers to do the job. So that's what the leader does. You must be futuristic. Don't only think about today. You must think about where you want to head where you want to be in the next day, in the next 2 years, or the next 3 years, whatever. But for TAP Africa Global, we are thinking about the next 20 years. And that is why you have seen, logically, in Gambia, we started in 2018 with Tough City. Then the next place we went was Sierra Leone. 2 years ago, we started going there, 5,000 homes. And then for Nigeria, we're doing 20,000 homes only in one state. So, but that was only started in less than 1 year. Now, once we have all these three on an autopilot, smooth, then we move on to another country, because there are some countries that have now engaged, that I am now engaging, that we are negotiating, but we haven't started there yet. So therefore, that's what a leader does. A leader is the one who will not sleep at night, who will be thinking about, okay, the followers that are behind me, where do they want to go? So therefore, you must be a visionary. Leaders with futuristic vision inspire others and steer the team towards innovative strategies and sustainable growth. You must think about, something that's sustainable. I mentioned it before, that the world today is about sustainability, sustainable development. You hear it all the time. I mean, the sustainable development goals, because we are living in a world where one needs all the time to be thinking ahead. Because if you don't do it, something wrong will happen. So you need to have be a figurative visionary. The fifth one is about accountability. A leader must be accountable. It's not only about yourself, but it's about others. You are leading a team, you have a responsibility, so you should be accountable. You should be accountable, taking responsibility for individual team action. So it's your role. You are the leader. You are the one who should be accountable for it. So you should also take decisions, be accountable for decisions that you take and the outcomes. So something goes wrong, don't pass the buck. Don't blame somebody else. You are the team leader, so therefore you must take the responsibility. Now you can go down the line and punish people who have done wrong, but the buck stops with you. So a good leader must be accountable. So accountable leaders hold themselves and others answerable for their commitments and actively seek solutions to address any shortcomings. But in life, you triple. You can fall and you can miss your target. All this can happen. But you must be accountable. You must be able to take responsibility and also address all the shortcomings that are coming up. That's what a good leader does. So I'll advise all you young leaders there who are there trying to take up the responsibility of leadership that accountability is key. The other one, which is number 6, is decision making. A good leader must take a decision at the right time, at the right place, at the right moment. The right decisions must be taken. That's what a leader does. But a leader doesn't pass the buck. A leader who doesn't take the decision at the right time probably will miss the ball. So therefore, it is important that making second well-informed decisions by analyzing situations, considering diverse viewpoints. So you consult with your team and weighing the potential impact of choices on the organization and its stakeholders. So when you take a decision, you just do it on your own. I mean, you listen, but remember that as a leader, you are the decision maker. So you take the right decision at the right time. If there are any problems, then the buck stops with you. But it is very important that a leader must take the right decision at the right time. So therefore, effective decision making is key to successful leadership. Because at times some leaders take the right decision at the wrong time when the events have already passed, so it's not effective. So therefore, it is most important that you take the right decisions at the right time, the right place. I mean, there are 12, as I said, there are 12 core values of leadership. And I think I've spoken for about 26 minutes now. What I would like to do, because today is the beginning and we have a lot of time. So on a Sunday at this time, make sure that you're glued to your computer and follow all my social media handles. I would like to summarize. As I summarize, I can see those comments that are coming, on TikTok, but I'm not seeing the comments coming from my other handles. I mean, by the time I come up next week, I will be able to do so. But I can see that on my live connection on some of the handles, I've got about 20 something people connected. Much more on TikTok. I've got about 6,000 and something likes on TikTok. It seems to be more popular, but I'm sure this will grow. So please share these handles. And then most of you who are always asking me for mentorship, those of you who always want to ask for guidance, this is one way that all of us will interact. We will interact, and then you will learn from my experiences. I have been in business for 34 years, as I said, and I have worked for about almost 49 years now. I started working in 1975, immediately that I left school. So you can imagine the amount of experience that I have gathered. So on this that I will do every Sunday at this time at 8:30, I'll be sharing my experiences on all my social media handles. And I hope that today this has been beneficial. It's the first one that we started. Share it with your friends. It will be on my handles. And come up with your questions. I mean, you have my contacts. If you send in your questions through my social media handles, I will address them on the next session. Because the next session will be next week at the same time at 8:30 GMT because I'm in the Gambia. So I will be taking up the other six values, key values of leadership. So the other six that are left are I've spoken about decision making. So empowerment, I will talk about good communication. I will talk about uh, confidence. We'll talk about honesty and innovation, and then passion. So these are six that I will take up next week. But I'll also take up your questions. So if you have any question that you want to ask, please just go into my inbox on all my handles. Just send it through, and I will respond to it. Otherwise, my email is Mustafa. Sorry, M Njai, M Njai, my surname MNJIE at tafafricaglobal.com. Um, uh, that's my email address. So it's MNJIE at tafafricaglobal.com. So somebody asking questions. Some questions are coming up. Why did you choose to invest in Sierra Leone? And all those questions, but we've done our research and we think in Sierra Leone there was the need for it. It doesn't exist. So it's an opportunity. It is English speaking. It's only 1 hour flight away from Gambia. And that's why we took the decision. And also there was a demand. And I think the environment was right at the time for us to go in. But I will have all the sessions where there'll be Q&A. So if you have any questions, don't wait until the day that you send it in, because I'm trying to broadcast across all my social media handles. Send your questions that you want me to respond. So next week I will come in and then answer all your questions. So those, I mean, we are connected. My assistant Alpha Sumare has just typed my email address. So drop your questions. Any question that you have, please just send it in. I am here to inspire all you young ones, and I hope today's event or today's session has been useful. It's exactly 9 o'clock as I promised. That's only for 30 minutes, and I hope it has been useful. Thank you very much for taking time to connect with me. And inshallah, next week, I'll be coming back again and we will take it up from there. So thank you very much and God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thanks.